But we're talking about the new airport. Let's go back to the current one. An update that came this weekend. Only passengers allowed inside DXB during this peak busy season. It is busy season. Dubai International Airport issued an advisory ahead of its upcoming peak travel season as it's gearing up for a significant increase in passengers from July 6th to 17th, with an anticipated total of 3.3 million guests arriving and departing through the terminals at that time. It's estimated that 286,000 guests will be passing through DXB on July 13th alone.
The busy season has begun and will continue until July 17, when 3.3 million passengers will travel through DXB terminals. The airline has asked that you follow these guidelines. So Emirates passengers should utilize online check-in. Fly Dubai passengers must arrive at least 4 hours prior to departure. Other airline passengers must arrive at least 3 hours prior to departure.
Take notes. Also, only guests, i.e. passengers, will be permitted inside the terminals during peak periods. And finally, access to the arrivals forecourts in Terminal 1 and 3 is restricted to public transport and authorised airport vehicles only, i.e. you cannot bring your car up to Terminal 3, 1 and 3, the forecourt arrivals areas. You won't be allowed to stop your car. And if you're planning to go and say goodbye to your loved one at the airport, that's not allowed at DXB during this period. I hadn't heard of that before. I think in Sharjah Airport, you're not allowed inside. Before, this is from Simar Boss, who travelled there recently, so I don't know if it's during peak periods or all the time, but because the airport is so small, they only let passengers within 2 hours of your flight into the airport, 2 or 3 hours into the airport.
Okay.
So because it's so small, they can't allow it to overcrowd. There'd be too many people in the lounges if you're coming in advance. This isn't as strict as that, but it's basically saying only passengers are allowed in because it's just going to be so busy.
I think honestly, the fact that they have created those rules, it's because of they don't want it to be too crowded. And of course, it's summer season. A lot of people are leaving Dubai, and a lot of people are coming to Dubai for, tourism, and people are going back to their countries for their own reasons, because they have, of course, their families are there and so on. So with that, I think it would be a lot of traffic of people, and that organization is what we need right now at the airport, considering the fact that it's a lot of people going and coming back. So yeah, just if you guys follow these rules, then I think it would be perfect. And honestly, I feel the best one that has worked, as I've seen around my family, the online check-in, because it just eases things up really. It gets smooth and easy and fast, and just
And my mum was traveling out and she was bringing a lot of suitcases home, and she's an elderly lady. We didn't want her to carry her bags, so we used the Emirates check-in your bag service. It's with Donata, and a lovely man came to our home the night before. She checked in, gave her luggage, handed it over. They brought the luggage. She was bringing a carpet home, and she was you're thinking, because her flight was at 7 a.m. So at 4 a.m. she'd be up with the carpet with the suitcases. Wasn't possible. So they checked her in online from home, brought her bags to the airport for her. So the next morning she didn't have to go to the airport as early, and she didn't have to carry her bag. So she got to the airport already checked in, bags already done. Such a breeze. You pay for it. It's 250, 260 dirham.
It's nothing.
But for ease of travel, especially maybe if you have kids or if you're elderly and you can't carry your bag, what an amazing service.
Agreed. And not only it as well cuts off a lot of stress, because when you have a lot of bags and you are going to wear them and all of these things, you are probably stressed and you don't know what's going to happen if your bag is heavy or not. And then it's if it's heavy, oh my God, you're going to have to open the bag and remove stuff and try to organize it in a bag and another, which is a lot, you guys. So if you guys just ease it up on yourselves, you are going to cut stress, and it would be a smooth transition of you can go and have fun and have the vacation of your dreams.
This is exactly what happened. She was traveling with so much stuff, and the suitcases was well overweight. But because you're at home, you don't have the embarrassment. It was just the embarrassment of the family seeing us, moving the plates and moving all this heavy equipment from one to the other. Can I bring this? Can I bring that? So you don't have to do it there solo. And also because you can't bring family into the airport, if you have a lot of stuff and you have to shift suitcases, it just made it a whole lot easier. So it's a Donata service with Emirates. can't remember the name exactly, but particularly for traveling with people, heavy bags, it's a winner.
You guys just follow the rules. Trust me, it will be beneficial for you guys.